All right, Mr. Taliaferro TV, how's everybody doing? All right, let me get in my bag real quick, all right? I know you see the Memphis basketball on right now. I don't want to confuse anyone. Let me just go ahead and throw out this disclaimer. I graduated from the University of Tennessee, all right? Let me just throw that out there. I graduated a Tennessee Volunteer 2 years ago. I bleed orange, but home is where the heart is. I'm born and raised from Memphis, Tennessee, for everybody who doesn't know, all the new subscribers out there. So let me just make it clear to you. 2008, when the Memphis Tigers lost to Kansas, I was in the 8th grade. Trust me, I'll never forget that damn day. We lost in the finals against the Kansas Jayhawks because of bad coaching from Calipari, some missed free throws from Derrick Rose, if I'm not mistaken, and a crazy lucky shot from Mario Chalmers. I was right on the ground crying like everybody else from Memphis, all right? Beale Street was flooded with tears that day, all right? Or that night, rather. And I still hold that pain. And it really don't matter nowadays because the championship would have got taken away from us any damn way because Derrick Rose ain't taking his ACT. But that's neither here nor there. I just wanted to let everybody know I share that pain. I'm a Vol. That's where I graduated from. That's where my loyalty is. But come on now. I'm from Memphis. Y'all already know I love Memphis basketball. All right? So I just wanted to throw that disclaimer out to get into this story. As I got this shirt on, I want to show you guys something. All right? Now, I'm a foam guy. I don't really show the shoes like that. But if I were to be a shoe guy, these are some of my older kicks. I have a lot of pair of foams. All right? Now, I want you to look at that logo. Look at that logo. Very important little background information that I'm giving you guys. Very important. I'm going to put the shoe on the ground here. Why did I just show y'all that shoe and why did I show y'all that logo? What was important about that, all right? I'm going to just go ahead and tell y'all the facts. The Memphis Tigers let go of Tubby Smith about 24 hours ago, all right? Tubby Smith got 2 seasons. And to be honest with you, he was about a game away from making it to the NCAA tournament this year. Me personally, and I'm a basketball fanatic, I didn't even think Tubby did that bad of a job at Memphis. Again, like I said, Memphis, the Tigers got hot late. I started watching a lot of their games later in the season. They got hot late, and they almost beat Cincinnati, and they would have ended up making the tournament, right? But there's a certain standard that has been created from Coach John Calipari when he was in Memphis. That standard is Memphis basketball is in the top 15, top 20 programs in the country. And rightfully so. Memphis is a basketball city. I'm just telling you all the facts right now. You know, and that excitement has to be there. You know, Coach Calipari, a lot of people don't understand this. The year that Coach Calipari left and went to Kentucky, we had on the way in Memphis, that year we had Xavier Henry. He was the top shooting guard. Matter of fact, he was the top player in the country at this time, right? He was a shooting guard. We were about to get John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins. They were days away from committing to the Memphis Tigers on the strength of John Calipari. All right, I'm just throwing it out there. A couple days later, Xavier Henry, after John Calipari went to Kentucky, Xavier Henry went to Kansas, Wall, Cousins, they followed Calipari to Kentucky. All right, it's just what happened. Again, their loyalty wasn't to Memphis, it was to Calipari. A lot of top recruits, I mean, they left with Calipari. Just the facts. Calipari's a phenomenal recruiter. And when Pastner came in, you know, Josh Pastner, say what you want about him. I don't think he was the right guy for the team. But he did one thing right. He recruited in the city. And Pastner's a phenomenal recruiter himself. He did one thing right. He kept it in the city. He was getting Adonis Thomas's, the Joe Jacksons. That was his first class, I believe. He had a team that was pretty much surrounded by Memphis talent. And to give him credit, a lot of those guys ended up getting to the league. You know what I mean? Short stints. And Tariq Black is tearing it up. He's on Houston Rockets. They're #1 in the Western Conference right now. So, hey, to each his own. Pastner just didn't have he just didn't relate to them dudes. And I've talked to a couple of Memphis Tigers that were on that team. He just didn't relate to those dudes. Right? I'm just telling you what it was. And I said all that to say I didn't think Tubby did that bad of a job, but the standard for Memphis basketball is just that high. And Tubby Smith is an older, respectful black man. And he just couldn't connect with them kids. And you got to be able to, you got to connect with the city. And what the city wants right now, let me explain Memphis to you. And I'm not the spokesman for Memphis, but I'm trying to explain this to you. Memphis would rather, like, let's take it to music, right? if Drake's going to come perform in Memphis, it's going to sell out, right? But if Chance the Rapper's going to come, or any of the new rappers are going to come, they don't talk that talk, Memphis ain't going to support that. Because they'd rather hear Young Dolph, Yo Gotti, Moneybagg Yo, Black Youngster perform. If we're going to do that, they'd rather go see one of their own. That's what Memphis is. If you can get me like a Drake to perform, we'll support that. But other than that, we'll rather keep it in the city. That's what Memphis is about. And salute to my city. I don't live in Memphis anymore, but 18 years of my life there. That's what Memphis is about. So, translate that over to basketball terms. Tubby Smith, unless he was going to go out and get the 4 or 5-star recruits around the country, Memphis would have accepted them. We've accepted Will Barton and company. Unless he was going to go do that, we wanted him to keep it in the city with the recruiting. Get those boys in the city and lock in those recruits. As a matter of fact, the tournament starts today. There are a couple guys that Memphis didn't even really give real looks, right? LaGerald Vick, Kansas, Chris Chioza, Florida. I'm just naming a couple guys. So I felt like Tubby Smith dropped the ball there, and I can name a plethora of guys. We got guys going to Wichita State. A lot of guys. Me and my partner talk hoops all day. A lot of guys leaving the city and not even getting recruited, and that's disrespectful to me. These Memphis talents, these Tennessee talents, to be honest with you, you got to make, with Nike behind them, you got to make sure Memphis gets at least a look. Memphis should be declining recruits. Recruits should not be declining Memphis, right? And that's the mentality that should be there. That's what it should be like. Memphis should be a prestigious basketball program. Money's been invested in facilities, all that. So here's my thing. Tubby hasn't commanded that energy. Tubby has not commanded that with the city. And to be fair to Tubby Smith, he's had this ghost over his head for the last, 2 years since he's been there. Before he even got hired, this ghost of Memphis wants Penny Hardaway. Now, who is Penny Hardaway? He's probably our most popular talent to ever play there. Maybe people would argue Derrick Rose, but I would think Penny Hardaway is much more respected for his tenure at Memphis. He's from Memphis. He's in Memphis, day to day. He bleeds Memphis. He is to me, Penny Hardaway is the best representation the city has to offer. He does a lot for the city. Call it what it is. He does a lot for those kids in the city, man. And he's motivation. That brother has millions of dollars, all right? I'm not telling you something I'm thinking. I'm telling you something I know. I don't want to count your pockets, Penny. Salute to Penny. I've been around Penny a few times. He doesn't need to coach high school basketball. He's currently coaching East basketball right now. They're one of the top teams in the country. They were number one at one point in high school basketball in the country this season, right? They fell a little bit. They've lost a few games. They're not losing in Memphis, but they lost a few games nationally, right? And Penny doesn't have to do that. He's a very wealthy man. This is a guy who went at Michael Jordan. This is a guy who was on a really dominant team with the Orlando Magic and Shaq and 3D and all them. Them boys can shoot. Shaq, before there was a Shaq and Kobe, before there was a Shaq and LeBron, a Shaq and D Wade, there was a Shaquille O'Neal and a Penny Hardaway. Never forget that. Penny just got injured. Before there was a brand, like a lot of guys got brands and dolls. Before there was a Uncle Kyrie and all that, there was a Penny doll. Penny was very popular for a short stint in the NBA. Injuries caught up with him, Grant Hill, and others. With that being said, I've been told, I'm getting to the meat of the story, so somebody's going to put this part right here as the starting point of the video, and I'm fine with that. I've been told by a very reliable source, and I got some very hefty sources in Memphis. Take my word for that. A little birdie told me that Penny Hardaway has accepted the job to become the new coach at the University of Memphis. Now, that thing is about 98% done. The only reason why I won't say 100%, because there is a small chance that Penny Hardaway opts to not take the job. If his heart is in the high school basketball, that'll be one reason why he doesn't take the job. But they're on their way to winning another state championship as we speak. As I talk, they're in the tournament right now. I think that the final game is tomorrow, right? So literally, unless Penny wants to stay in that high school level because he's so connected to them kids. And the second reason I've heard is if Penny legally can take this job, because he's so tied to the city, it might be a couple violations involved in what Penny Hardaway has going right now. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. So That would be the only one of two reasons why. Because the Memphis Tigers have offered this job to Penny Hardaway, and it's his job to lose. I'm gonna be honest with you. They ain't really even thinking about other candidates right now. I think they have to interview a certain amount of candidates just to go through a proper protocol by NCAA and D1. But that job is Penny Hardaway's. No one has a shot at that job. If Penny wants a job, it's his. Now let's break this down. Do I think Penny Hardaway could be successful at this job from a coaching standpoint? I'll go quickly here because a lot of people don't want to hear the X's and O's about basketball. I can talk it. Listen, I think from what I've seen from Penny, and I don't watch a lot of Penny Hardaway, I think this transition is going to be lethal from him. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think it's going to be a great transition for him. But you make this move because he's going to bring an excitement to the city. All right? Forget coaching. He'll struggle for a year or so, but forget coaching right now. This is Penny Hardaway. This is one of the most popular players in the NBA. One of the most popular brands ever to touch the NBA. The most popular guy in Memphis right now. Right? This is Penny Hardaway. The most impactful guy in Memphis right now. He himself is going to bring an excitement to the city. He's going to sell them. He's going to sell that form out. And the Memphis needs that FedEx form to be sold out. It's just great for the city. The business is everything. Need the Tigers to be good. He's going to sell it out on just sheer just because he's Penny. If I'm a player, if I'm a high school player, why would I go play for this older man who is culturally clueless when I can go play for the guy who's listening to Hardaway, young Penny Hardaway in the gym? I want to play for Penny Hardaway. He played against Michael Jordan. He was a player that played at an elite level. Why would I not want to play for this man? It's Penny Hardaway. I'm going to tell y'all something. Penny is going to command a lot of top level talent. Period. Guys are going to want to play for Penny. Heck, he's got the AAU circuit. Heck, he's got East right now. Guys from those teams are going to want to play for Penny. As a matter of fact, Wiseman kid, who has one more year in high school, I'm like 97% sure, and I don't have a source on this, I'm pretty sure he's going to forgo his senior season at East if he wins another state championship, probably regardless, and he's going to play for Memphis next year. If I'm the number one player in the country, if I can just reclassify, why wouldn't I? I'm going to play for my coach that I've had for the last couple years. Penny Hardaway, ladies and gentlemen, once this becomes official, and again, 97 to 98% sure it's happening, unless Penny last minute backs out, it's his job to lose. Right? If he doesn't want the job, that'll be the only way. Memphis doesn't give it to him. When Penny takes over this job, the excitement is going to be there. Will the wins be there? I personally don't believe so early on. I think it's going to take some time. But the recruits will be there. And if the recruits are there, sooner or later, the talent will outweigh the competition, and the wins will slowly start to trickle in. I'd say maybe in the second year, towards the halfway mark of the season, I think some wins are starting to accumulate for Penny Hardaway and the Memphis Tigers. It is the most impactful moment in sports in the city of Memphis since Calipari left. I'm just telling you the truth. It's going to be a big day. I've been told it's likely to happen next week. Penny Hardaway, out of respect for the team that he has at East right now, wants to at least give them the weekend. They're in the state championship right now in Murfreesboro. Penny doesn't want to ruin this for his team, but I've been told as soon as this season is over and they're likely to win the state championship this weekend, Penny will be making that announcement. And I've been told this as well, or this is out in the public domain. I haven't been told this personally, but it's out in the public. Jeff Goodman of ESPN, salute to Jeff. Jeff has said Penny Hardaway has already started to hire people to be on his team. Hired 2 guys today. This is happening, ladies and gentlemen. Penny Hardaway will be the next head coach at the Memphis Tigers unless he last minute backs out. I would love to know your opinions on this big time hire. Like, love, hate, what's up? Talk to me in the comment box below. Go Tigers. But I'm still Evolve for life. Let's just throw that out there. I'm still VFV, you know what I mean? Evolve for life. I just got the Memphis Tigers shirt on just for the video. And what y'all think about my phones, man? I got to clean them off a little bit. But I'm telling you, man, this Nike brand. Also, I've been told this, and I did research on this, and I found this out. Penny's not going to have to give up his stakes in Nike to take this job. That's a big deal, ladies and gentlemen. That's a huge deal. Penny Hardaway will not have to give up his stakes in Nike. He will not have to, well, when I mean that is like he's one of their best brand endorsers, right? He's a brand. He has shoes. He has apparel. Memphis is already sponsored by Nike, so that works out great. And now they're gonna probably take that to the next level. I've been told. Obviously, this is gonna make Memphis a priority by Nike, just like Oregon is a priority because of Phil Knight and his ties to Oregon. Memphis will become a priority, meaning they're going to get the latest uniforms every couple months. They're going to get the facilities. You know what I mean? Nike's going to probably pay for some more facilities. Nike's going to invest in Memphis. As a matter of fact, let me keep it 100 with you. Nike Factory is one of the biggest places that people get work, quick jobs in Memphis already. So I already know Nike loves the city of Memphis. They're making a lot of money off of it, millions of dollars a day. I worked there a couple of times. So this is likely to happen in the next 3 to 4 days. Penny Hardaway to take over the city of Memphis as the new Tigers head basketball coach. And I would love your comments in the comment section below about this big time hire. What y'all think? Thank you for the time and support. I don't take it for granted. Salute. I'm out.
I want to salute you, homie, you know, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
I got one life to live out my dreams, and I'm giving this thing all I got. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I represent the culture.
Right now, you're turning up on itsmrtaliaferro.com, shawty.